Good morning, everyone. It's 6 am, and we are setting out from Bangalore on our way to Ooty, the queen of hill stations. The drive is about 280 kilometers and will take 6 to 7 hours to reach depending on breaks. Buckle up, guys, cause this trip is going to be full of winding roads, forest drives, hairpin bends, and breathtaking mountain views. The cool breeze of dawn brushes against the windows, and the excitement of the hills ahead keep us wide awake. As we hit the nice road and join the Mysore Expressway, notice how smooth and fast this stretches. The expressway takes us through towns that holds history, culture and charm. Ramanagara is the heaven for trekkers and rock climbers. Channapatna, known as the toy town of Karnataka. Mandya, the heart of Karnataka's sugarcane belt. Srirangapatna, once a stronghold of Tipu Sultan and a home to the grand Ranganatha Swami temple. And finally Mysuru, the cultural capital of Karnataka, with its majestic palaces, bustling markets and timeless tradition. Beyond Nanjangud and Gundlupet, the road narrows into lush embrace of Bandipur National Park. Tall trees line the road, their branches creating a green tunnel. Silence prevails, broken only by the call of birds. Crossing into the wilderness, we entered the famed Bandipur National Park, a sanctuary where dense forest, open meadows, and winding trail whispers the untold stories of the wild. This sanctuary is home to over 200 species of birds and an impressive range of wild animals, spread across more than 870 square kilometers. Bandipur forms a part of Nilgiri's biosphere reserve, seamlessly connected with Mudumalai in Tamil Nadu, Wayanad in Kerala, and Nagarhole in Karnataka. Together they create one of the largest stretches of protected forest in South India. And then the magic happened. Out of nowhere, a massive frame of an Indian gaur was grazing calmly by the roadside, reminding us of the true strength of the wild. A flash of brilliant blue and green caught the eye, an elegant peacock across the forest path, its feathers shimmering like a jewel in the sunlight. A herd of spotted deer grazed peacefully by the roadside. The ears were twitching as the vehicle passed by. A playful langur sat across the roadside, almost as if escorting the journey. And finally, the sight of a majestic elephant, calm, unhurried, yet commanding presence on the road. For a few minutes, the journey wasn't just about reaching Ooty. It was about being guest in the wild kingdom of Bandipur National Park. As we enter into Tamil Nadu, the Mudumalai forest greets us, leading us to Masinagudi, the gateway to the mountains. At Pykara junction, the road split into two choices, both leading to Ooty. One through the famous Kalhati Ghat, the 36 hairpin bends route, and the another, the longer route through Gudalur. We choose the adrenaline of 36 hairpin bends. But before the climb, we stopped at Safari Garden restaurant in Masinagudi for lunch. Nestled against a backdrop of hills, the place was a perfect pause. Fresh mountain air, the aroma of homely food, and the quiet charm of the forest around. A hearty meal here felt like fuel for the road ahead. From Masinagudi, Ooty lies just about 30 kilometers away, and the Ghat section unfolds almost immediately. Udhagamandalam, popularly known as Ooty, the queen of hill stations, distinctively known for its bluish-green tint because of the presence of extensive greenery shadowed by the Nilgiri mountain range. Ooty is a picture-perfect example of surprises that Tamil Nadu has in store for travel enthusiasts. It is the capital of Nilgiris district in Tamil Nadu, one of the most popular hill stations in India. The hill town of Ooty was discovered by the British collector John Sullivan. It was once a summer resort and a weekend getaway during the colonial times in the 19th century. It's located at an altitude of 2,240 meters above sea level. Besides that, the Nilgiris biosphere is rich in flora and fauna, allowing you to escape into the depth of mystic jungles and explore once-in-a-lifetime experiences. The road coils and climbs, each turn revealing breathtaking views of valley below and the misty peak above. Windows down, the scent of eucalyptus and fresh mountain air fills the car. Every bend is a thrill, every corner a promise of Ooty drawing closer. But a word of caution, these are some of the steepest Ghat sections in South India. If you are new to hill driving, it is wise to take it slow and steady. And for those less confident on sharp hairpins, there is a longer route via Gudalur as mentioned earlier. As the climb grew steeper, the view behind showed the plains fading into mist, and with the 36th bend, Ooty greeted with its cool breeze and endless tea gardens. Finally, around 4 p.m., we reach the queen of hill stations. The town greets us with cool winds, tea plantations stretching over rolling hills, and the charm of colonial-era bungalows. Our journey into the wild began with a sense of anticipation. My friend Ashok, who had travelled all the way from Kolkata, joined me for this long-awaited adventure. We checked into a cozy dorm, simple but neat, hostel. As we walked into the reception area of Hostel Ooty, around us was maps, travel notes, and doodles from past visitors filled the space, making the reception feel less like a desk and more like a travel hub, where journey begins. Hostel Ooty is a backpacker-style hostel, very social and friendly. Beds in dorms can be much cheaper. Shared dorm beds are available for lower rates, Rs 800 to Rs 1000 per night depending on season. It has a twin sharing dorms with bunker beds, a locker for each bed, Wi-Fi, shared washrooms, home cooked food on demand, and a free private parking. It's about 2.8 kilometers from Government Rose Garden, a short walk from the Ooty main bus stand and railway station. As the sun sets behind the Nilgiris, painting the sky with shades of blue and purple, wagging tails and eager eyes welcomed us. Their playful jumps and cheerful bark melted away the fatigue of the journey. The road from Bangalore to Ooty has not just been a journey of distance, but one of the landscape, silence, thrill and beauty. Tomorrow Ooty awaits with its gardens, lakes and hidden corners, but for tonight, it's time to rest in the lap of mountains. The next day, morning arrived with birds chirping and crisp mountain air. After a quick breakfast, laughter over shared stories with a cup of hot chai, we lingered a little longer, reluctant to leave, soaking in the peaceful vibe of Ooty. We finally set out to explore Ooty. The first place we visited was St. Stephen's Church, one of the oldest churches in the Nilgiris. Dating back to the 19th century, the construction of the church started on the birthday of King George IV, a monument of architectural marvel and beauty. The colossal main beam and the timber for the construction was salvaged from Tipu Sultan's palace in Srirangapatna after he was defeated by the Britishers in the Mysore War. The interior of the church is serene and its windows are decorated with the stained glass panels depicting scenes like Mary holding baby Jesus and the crucifixion of Christ. The fabulous pale yellow church veiled in the thin white fog of Nilgiris is a testimony of marvelous architecture. Our next destination was the Government Botanical Garden, one of the Ooty's most iconic attractions. Some of the enticing attractions here are the cork tree, which is probably one of the very few kind in India, the paperbark tree, the monkey puzzle tree, and the majestic 20 million year old fossil tree trunk, and the Toda Mund or Toda Hill, spread across 55 acres with 600 varieties of plant species cultivated and exhibited here. This garden felt like stepping into the living painting, lush green lawns, winding pathways, and a vibrant flower bed bursting with colors. Glass House, a striking structure that stood gleaming under the daylight. Made almost entirely of glass panels framed with steel, it reflected the surrounding greenery like a giant crystal tucked into the heart of the hills. Inside, the atmosphere was cool and calm. Rows of potted plants lined the pathways. Seasonal flowers bloomed in every corner, their colors intensified by the glass walls that let the sun pour in. The air was filled with gentle floral fragrance, and every step revealed a new play of light and shadow across the polished floor. Italian Garden, a charming corner of the Botanical Garden, designed in the classical style, a formal garden that emerged during the Italian Renaissance, characterized by the strict geometric layouts, symmetrical lines, manicured evergreen hedges, and the use of hardscape elements like statuary, fountains, and terrace. It is remarkable for its many varieties of colorful flowers and the lily pond where aquatic plant species are grown. The JJ pillar was unveiled by late Chief Minister Dr. J. Jayalalitha on 20th May 1995. This pillar was erected to mark the centenary year of the annual flower show. It is located in the center of Botanical Garden. As we made our way towards the exit of Botanical Garden, two heritage buildings stood quietly on either side. Their colonial architecture with sloping roofs and old stone walls are likely the crew hall and the old office of the Superintendent of Police. Outside the garden, a row of fruit vendors greeted us, the stalls overflowing with baskets of exotic fruits, bright strawberries, fresh pears, plums, and even local varieties. Just beside the stall, we saw a water ATM, a small kiosk where travelers could refill their bottles with clean drinking water for just Rs 5 per litre. We then moved to Doddabetta Peak, the highest point in the Nilgiris at 2637 meters. There is a reserved forest area around the peak. It is just 9 kilometers from Ooty city on the Ooty-Kotagiri road. There is an observatory at the top with 2 telescopes available for the public. Standing here, the panoramic view was breathtaking. The surrounding hills, deep valleys, dense forest, distant plains, and the tiny settlement of Ooty, Wellington, and Kunnur, all spread out like a living painting before our eyes. High Hill Tea Garden offers a scenic escape into the heart of Ooty, surrounded by lush green plantation and the soothing aroma of fresh tea leaves. If you are looking for a peaceful, photogenic and refreshing experience, a walk through this tea estate is a must. As we were walking, the endless rows of neatly trimmed tea bushes rolled down the slopes like a green carpet, stretching as far as the eye could see. The cool breeze carried the fresh aroma of tea leaves, instantly awakening our senses. It's a great spot for families, nature lovers, photographers, and those curious about the tea making process in Ooty. Our next destination was the boathouse, set on the calm waters of the famous Ooty Lake, surrounded by eucalyptus trees and lots of greenery along the shores. A man-made lake built in the 19th century by John Sullivan, the founder of Ooty. Spread across more than 60 acres, the lake winds gracefully through the landscape, its calm water reflecting the green hills and tall eucalyptus trees that surround it. The Ooty Boathouse, the most popular gateway to experiencing its charm. The place is always buzzing with energy. Tourists line up for boat rides, families enjoying picnics along the banks, the children running around the small amusement area nearby. It offers all kinds of boating experiences, rowboats, pedal boats, and even motorboats, each giving a different perspective of the lake. The Tamil Nadu Tourism Development Corporation, on behalf of the Tourism Department, took the possession of the lake in 1973 for providing boating facilities as a tourist attraction. As the boat drifts away from the shore, the noise of the crowd fades, replaced by the soothing rhythm of oars slicing through the water, and a raft of ducks gliding gracefully ahead, leading the way across the shimmering lake. The Ooty Lake remains what it has always been, a place of quiet beauty where nature, history and recreation come together in a perfect harmony. As the day came to an end, we made our way back to our stay. The evening chill was already set. A warm campfire was lit in the courtyard. The flames crackled and danced, throwing golden light onto eager faces gathered around. With the scent of wood smoke mixed with the freshness of Nilgiris, it was a perfect way to end the day. A blend of laughter, music, and a quiet moment under the starlit sky. The next morning, it was time to say goodbye. On the way, we came across a few horses grazing peacefully along the meadows. But our journey back to Bangalore promised its own adventure. We chose the Gudalur route, the road that winds through some of the most beautiful landscape. Pine Forest, one of the most enchanting spots along the Gudalur route. Immortalized in countless Indian movies are the soaring pine woods, awe-inspiring landscapes, and pleasant atmosphere. As we stepped into the grove, tall pines rose high above us, the straight trunks stretching endlessly towards the sky. The morning sun filtered gently through the branches, scattering golden light onto the forest floor. There was a calm silence here, broken only by the rustle of leaves in the wind and the distant chirping of the birds. Walking between the trees felt almost surreal, like wandering into the scene from a movie. The cool mountain air mixed with the earthy scent of pine, refreshing and soothing with every breath. These woodlands, overlooking the majestic view of Sandy Nala Lake, are an ideal tourist destination. The air scented with pine cones, the rich silence of nature, and the spectacle of dancing butterflies are just a few of the magical elements in these enchanted woods. The pine forest wasn't just a stop on the way. It was a moment of stillness, a reminder of how beautiful simplicity can be wrapped in nature's embrace. Our next destination was Bangalore Nature Trail. Vast rolling grasslands that stretch endlessly under the open sky. The breeze was cool and refreshing, carrying with it the sound of rustling grasses. Standing on the gentle slopes where the Nilgiris unfold all around, it felt like nature had opened a window in peace and simplicity. Bangalore was once a popular hunting ground for the Britishers and is now home to the Gymkhana Golf Club, the Hindustan Photo Films Company, and a state-run sheep farm. It is a most renowned shooting spot. The hills stretched out gracefully on the horizon, and the calmness of the place made it easy to look track of time. Bangalore was simple yet breathtaking, a place where nature spoke not through grandeur but through quiet beauty and endless space. We then moved to Pykara waterfalls. The drive itself was scenic, cruising through forest and gentle slopes. On the way, we came across Pykara Dam, built across the Pykara River. It's not just a source of hydroelectric power, but also a reminder of how nature and engineering coexist. The sight of the calm reservoir framed by the green slopes was breathtaking. Pykara Waterfalls is also one of the most beautiful spots along this route. To reach the falls, we had to trek about 300 meters through a well-laid path surrounded by greenery. The short walk itself was refreshing, with the sounds of rushing water growing louder as we get closer. For those who preferred not to walk, they have battery car services available, carrying visitors to and fro with ease. But we choose to take the trail, enjoying every step as anticipation build up. At the end of the path, the sight of the waterfall was mesmerizing. Water cascading gracefully over the rocks, splashing into pools below, with a cool mist rising into the air. The rhythm of the falls, combined with the fresh mountain breeze, made it perfect pause in our journey. Winding through the slopes of Nilgiri hills is the majestic river of Pykara. With its majestic waterfalls and pristine reservoir lake, Pykara reveals its true beauty during the monsoon and winter months. Located just 20 kilometers from the Ooty town, Pykara is a perfect getaway destination for honeymooners, backpackers and families. Just 2 kilometers from the waterfalls, the rolling water of the Pykara turned into a serene blue reservoir. The view of the lapping water of the Pykara lake, watered by tall pine trees against the background of green misty hills of Nilgiri, is truly enthralling. Pykara Lake Boathouse in Ooty offers a tranquil retreat surrounded by nature's beauty. The lake has one of the best boating facilities in Ooty, were various options made available through the boathouse run by the Tamil Nadu Tourism Development Corporation. This boathouse offers various boating options to suit your preference and group size: 5-seater, 8-seater, 10-seater, speedboat and jet ski. These are the tariffs mentioned. We decided to take a speedboat ride. Along with a few co-passengers, we fastened our life jackets and climbed aboard. The engine roared to life, and within moments the boat cut swiftly across the calm waters, leaving behind a trail of ripples. And so, our unforgettable journey through the Nilgiris reached its end. On the way back, we stopped briefly beside a quiet lake, its still waters reflecting the blue skies above. Dark cloud gathered, as though the hills themselves were preparing a final farewell with the promise of rain. The descent began, winding roads guiding us gently down from the cool heights of Ooty. This journey through Ooty was more than just travel. It was a tapestry of moments stitched together by nature's beauty and the timeless charm of Nilgiris. Though the road carried us back towards the rhythm of daily life, a part of us would always remain among the misty hills, waiting to return again.